At a time when most newspapers and magazines are looking hard to find advertisers, Vogue China is almost at the point of turning them away. We spoke recently with Angelica Chung, who's the editor of Vogue China, and asked her, where are all these readers? Who does read Vogue China?
It's a new market comparatively, so the range of the readers is not as wide as probably American Vogue. You know, with American Vogue, for example, they had readers who, you know, basically a grandma was reading it. So the age gap is quite big. Whereas with Chinese Vogue, we only started 6 years ago. So the readership is relatively young. So our target readership is mainly from 20 to 40, and our average age of the readers is about 30. And most of these are women who, you know, obviously you have the top tier, you have the rich man's wives and daughters, and you have a big chunk of readers are basically women who made their own fortune, entrepreneur, senior executives, a lot of working women in our portfolio. And then the third lot is really the students, the young students. Unlike somewhere else, other Vogues in the world, the biggest Vogues probably in the world, we have quite a big chunk of younger readers who are not in that sort of consumption bracket yet, you know, meaning they don't have the money to buy Chanel every day, but they aspire, yeah, they aspire to that kind of lifestyle. And as I, you know, usually say that what, you know, happened in China in the last 5-6 years equal to what happened to the Western world in 50 or 60 years. So with these young readers, even in a couple of years' time, they are very different. They can transform into totally different kind of consumers. So it's very important for the magazine to educate the readers who are not major spenders yet, but they will become. So for the first year, our readers who started reading Vogue 6 years ago, now they've gone on to become very sophisticated consumers. You know, I have friends who first year, they only knew probably Louis Vuitton. And now they're wearing Balmain, Balenciaga, all sorts. They go to shows. They know what's going on. So I need to entertain that group of loyal readers. But at the same time, because the Chinese economic boom is still going on, at the same time, because the Chinese economic boom is still going on and is extending to second-tier cities, third-tier cities, fourth-tier cities, every day new millionaires coming into the rank. So they are still waking up to this whole new world of luxury brands. So they are coming in, they are our readers too. You know, they are still at the entry level, not in the monetary terms, but more in the terms of understanding of fashion and luxury. They really don't have that knowledge to know better. So their first reaction is to buy the most obvious things, which are the local products. And I feel there's certain sweetness in it, in that they really don't know. They were still mining the fields probably a few years ago. And I feel the attitude should be to help them, guide them, let them experience, and then they'll know better what suits them. If they don't have that entry point to experiment, they wouldn't know. So my view has changed more, you know, dealing with the market, in that you don't sneer at these people. You help them, you include them, and, you know, through including them, you educate them better, and they will become more sophisticated.
It must be exciting for you to be part of all of this.
I guess that keeps the job interesting, is that you grow with the market, you see the changes, and you're part of it, and you try to push things forward, initiate projects. And as an editor, I feel that is very satisfying. I read an interview in Financial Times with Diego Della Valle, you know, who's the businessman handling Todd's group. He said, in 10 years' time, how do the Chinese, in terms of dressing themselves and using luxury brands. So he said, in 10 years' time, I wonder how can the Chinese differentiate themselves from other Chinese? I sort of understand what he means. I thought that was a very interesting question, because now it's still the first few years that people are just, yeah, I have a Louis Vuitton bag, Chanel shoes, you know, it's great. So when everything is done on such a volume, and everybody has all these head to toe everything. So what to do for the second phase?